Hello friends, it's Jenny. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel or trying it out for the first time. If so, welcome. Pardon my voice today. I just got done with a 3-week run of a musical called On the Town. It was so much fun. And I had just such a great time, but I've been super busy between rehearsals and 4 shows a weekend for the last 3 weeks. And it's a very vocally taxing show, so my voice is definitely a little bit raw today. But anyway, that's okay. I shall recover in a couple of days, and thankfully I don't really need my voice for much right now. Anyway, this week I thought maybe I would do something a little bit more focused on the house, because when you're a single homeowner and you're trying to take care of an entire house and property all by yourself, there's just like always work to do. And like this is true of a house no matter who owns it or how many people live there. There is always stuff to do. But I feel like as just like a single person, I have my house and then I have 1.5 acres of land that is all just my responsibility. And I'm so incredibly thankful for it and grateful because I know a lot of people would dream of having a house and a little bit of land to themselves. And that the amount of space that I have is, you know, much more than a lot of people get. So, you know, the way that my house came to me is a crazy story. And I feel like it was really just all meant to be. Like it was very kismet, the way that I ended up in this house and the fact that I had the opportunity to buy the house and was actually able to make that happen financially. It's just kind of a crazy turn of events. I was not planning on buying a house last year, and I ended up buying a house anyway, unexpectedly. But I think it's all, you know, sort of part of the greater plan for what was supposed to happen. And I think obviously like I was meant to be here. This is a place that is I feel very at peace and I feel very connected to this land, and my house makes me so happy. I just feel so contented in my space. But that being said, there is still always things that you want to update or change or work on when you buy a house. And so I've lived in the house for 2 years now. I was renting it the first year, and then I had the opportunity to purchase the house from the owner who I was renting it from. I had come from being married for the last 12 years before that, and we had always had houses. You know, when I was a military spouse, we often lived on a military base, and you're given housing. So we had military houses on bases, and then a couple of the stations where we were, we decided not to live on base and to actually buy or rent houses in the town next to the base for whatever reason. And so I'd just gone from house to house to house to house to house for a long time. And so I really value having my own house space and the ability to move into a space and make it your own and find the potential in it. It's a big truck going by. So I was like, I really would prefer to just have a house, a single family home. It doesn't have to be big. A small house, a small space that I can make my own, and where I can have like my own little corner of the world to be like my little haven. But anyway, I bought the house and it was very stressful. And now that I'm here, when you are a single income person trying to make changes and updates and, adjustments to your house to make it more of what you want, you have to prioritize things. Like you can't do everything at once. I have a limited budget that I can work with for home projects. And so I'm trying to take it little by little, not getting too stressed out about the fact that there's changes I want to make and updates that I want to make that I can't get to yet, Hi, sweet girl. So right now, what I'm working on, I did a lot of work on my gardens this spring. Hi. I did a lot of work on my gardens this spring. That was a big project. I got them looking pretty good, pretty happy with them. Now, my next project is my bedroom, my master bedroom. I did Riker's bedroom in December, and I switched Riker's bedroom to a bigger bedroom, and it had been a guest room, and Riker's room and my room are the 3 bedrooms. And I decided to move. Riker had a small room. It was really too small for a kid who's growing the way he's growing. So I moved my guest room into my basement because I have a finished basement. And I felt like the space was being kind of wasted. So because my parents come down and visit once every maybe 2 months, they visit from New York, I thought it would be nice for them to have their own space. So I actually moved my guest room to the basement, and now it's kind of like an in-law suite down there. So whenever they visit, they have their own floor, which they really like. So I moved Riker's bedroom to the bigger of the what was the guest room. And then I took Riker's old bedroom and turned it into an office for me. So that was a huge project. I did that. I did the gardens in the spring. Now I want to redo my bedroom because when I moved in, I just kind of did a pretty basic bedroom for myself. And I'd been going through like this kind of spiritual awakening during the pandemic. I'd gotten myself, a lot of crystals and things, maybe witchy stuff, like some of my decoration is like lunar themed, and I have a lot of candles and crystals and things like that. And that's fine, but that's not necessarily the aesthetic that I enjoy, especially in this home. This home has a real cottage feel. And so I've been working to make the space feel just a little bit more cottagey, which to me also means a little bit more minimal. I have a lot of knickknacks and stuff that I really am getting tired of being so cluttered. So I'm trying to remove some things to simplify, to stick with a really kind of slightly eclectic, old cottage feel for the house. So that is what I'm going to be doing in my bedroom. And so I'm going to be doing a statement wall in a dark forest green behind my bed. I got a new comforter for my bed that will look really good with that. I'm going to be taking some of the cluttery things out of my room and off the walls, simplifying it with some antique cottage decor. I went antiquing on my birthday this year, and I got some really great like old antique stuff to decorate with. And so I just painted one of my dressers. I did a hand-painted dresser. I'm just really excited about all of the changes, and so that is my next project. Riker is coming home today. He's been on vacation this last week with his dad. And so Riker and I are going to have some really good time catching up together and hanging out this week. And then he is going on vacation again to visit his dad's family in Vermont. And while he is gone in Vermont is when I'm going to be working the most on my bedroom. And I really hope to get the entire thing done that week. So that's my plan. That's a little bit of story time about this house and how I got here. I also have plans to redo both of the porches. It's got a front porch and a back porch / sunroom. And they're fine right now, but they're pretty basic and they don't look great because just the materials that they were built with, the carpets are terrible in both of them. I'm just not super happy, and I think that they could be a lot better. So after my bedroom, I think I'm going to try and tackle one of the porches, and then we'll just go from there. And I'll show you the progress from my bedroom from where it is today, which is not exactly the start. I've changed a couple things since I first started the project, but we'll go from today through the end product. So yeah, hope you enjoy coming along with me on this little journey while we do some work on my beautiful, perfect, wonderful house that just sort of like was delivered to me on a silver platter and has been such a blessing that I'm super, just incredibly grateful for. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. I'm just filming a very quick impromptu chat about what's going on in here because, oh my gosh, what time is it? It's like 6:30, almost 7 at night, but I got done with work today and I had a little bit of energy, so I decided to get a couple of videos filmed for my Fiverr clients. So that's why I'm so dressy. One of them requested this exact outfit, so that's why I'm wearing this, which is actually a maternity dress that a friend gave to me when I was pregnant. And it's so comfy that I've just continued to wear it, even though I have not been pregnant again. But it's really comfy. So I'm wearing it right now and I'm just like, you know what? Why not? I'm just gonna keep it on. We're in my bedroom and this is a different comforter than I normally have. I just bought this really pretty new green and white comforter with tulips on it. Tulips are my favorite flower. And that's because I'm Dutch, and in Dutch culture, obviously tulips are very important. So I'm 50% Dutch. It's a big part of my heritage. So that's the reason why tulips are my favorite flower. But if you're talking about like smell, that's gardenia, my absolute favorite scent in the flower world, gardenia. Look-wise, that's tough. I also do love the look of gardenias. And tulips, I don't know, they're just so classic. It's hard to go wrong. But like what makes my heart the happiest might be daffodils, because they're the first thing that pops up in the spring. Daffodils and crocus. Like when I see the daffodils and crocus start to bloom, it's just the greatest feeling when you know that spring is coming. I don't know. It's tough to choose just one. Anyway, tangent. We're in my bedroom and I was away for the last 4 days. So my goal right now is to unpack, put away my clothes. My room has gotten a bit cluttered because I've been in the process of preparing for this makeover that I'm doing on my bedroom for a while. So a lot of things have been like gathering on my floor, like decorations for when I redo my walls and that I've picked up. I've been painting this dresser in my room for a while. Working on that took a bit of time because there was a couple different parts to redoing the dresser. I just put a final coat of sealant on the top of the dresser to protect my beautiful painting. So that's the last step for the dresser, except for the drawer pulls. I bought new drawer pulls for the dresser to replace the old ones on there, and they are beautiful and I cannot wait to use them. But I don't have screws that fit right now for the dresser. The drawer pulls came with screws that are just like 1/8 of an inch too long. Unfortunately, they just won't work. They're too long for the drawers. So I tried to get another pair set that might work, but they were too short by 1/8 of an inch. So I've ordered another pair of screws, or set of screws that hopefully will be just right. Like the Goldilocks of screws, so that I can finally put these drawer pulls on my dresser and be done with it. I was talking about the comforter. This is a temporary comforter that I got from a client who hired me to make a UGC video about it. But anyway, that's the comforter situation. I'm tidying and putting some things away. I'm going to go through some clothes and knickknacks and things in my room and declutter a little bit too, because I'm redoing the room mainly because, one, I wanted to paint it. I really like white walls for the most part in all of my common spaces, especially because this house is this cute little cottage. So I'm working on that look throughout. I'm feeling good about my main area. I still have some things I want to change about it. My room right now I feel like has the wrong vibe for what I'm going for. I really want to make this room super calming and cozy and just very simple, like an old simple cottage bedroom. And right now it has this more of like a lunar witchy vibe. A little more boho, and that's because it has a bunch of like crystal decor. I got a bunch of kind of more boho decorations. Like I made this wall art to hang over my bed. I have a couple other decor items and sort of knickknacks. Like I have my tarot decks out here and stuff like that for display, that just have more of that vibe. And even though like I like the things and I use and appreciate the things, that's not exactly the aesthetic and the look and the feel that I'm going for anymore. So I'm gonna take down a lot of the knickknacks because this room just has a lot of stuff, like knickknack stuff. So I'm just gonna take a lot of that stuff down and simplify and move things to other places or get rid of them if I don't feel like they're really still meant to be in my space. Over the next week, I am going to be cleaning this room big time. I have to move my bed, which is going to be a challenge because it's a king size bed and I'm only one small girl. And but I can do it. I'm going to move my bed out from the wall so that I can vacuum behind it and paint. And so I'm painting this entire room a dark woodsy green. I'm very excited about the color. It's called Urban Garden. I believe it's a Sherwin-Williams color, and that's going to be awesome. But I have to prep my walls, tape my walls, move everything away from the walls so that I can paint. I've got to obviously take everything down that's hung on the walls. And then, you know, I'm going to reassess what is going back up. I have some new items to decorate with that have more of that a little bit of a dark academia cottage vibe. So I'm going to redecorate, and I'm really excited to create this super calm, comforting, cozy cottage space. I'm going to use every C word I can think of to describe what it's going to be like. But definitely a more old-fashioned feel than what it is now, and simple. I really am been getting to a point right now where I feel like I know a lot of cottagecore, like academia type houses have a lot of clutter and like old knickknacks and things all over the place. And part of me really likes that because I have a lot of that stuff just in my life. And so like I would collect all of the old things if I could, but I can't have every single little thing that I own out on display. It's too much clutter for me right now. It's starting to feel like overwhelming and like it's too much. And I need just a simpler look and a simpler home, a little bit more minimal, simpler decor, less items out everywhere on the walls and on the shelves. And so I'm really going to focus on getting that feel of this old-fashioned, simple, minimal cottage. Let's get to work on this, shall we? I need things to change like immediately. we did it. Here we are in the final product. My room has been redecorated and painted, and it feels like such a fresh space now. It feels completely different in like the most delicious way. It's so like dark and comforting, and it feels kind of like woodsy. Just like it's got that nice little comforting cottage feel that's a little bit more closer to nature that I was really looking for. And I'm just really happy with how it turned out right now. I think there's a couple things, you know, furniture-wise that I might change for the future. It's so easy to fall into that trap on YouTube especially, and social media in general, of just seeing these creators who have these such beautifully aesthetic environments. And if people watch Carrie Rad, she's a big inspiration for me in terms of the style that I was kind of going for. Her home in New Zealand is just so beautiful. It's simple, it's classy, but it's still got that old cottage feel. And it's just like so well done. But, you know, it's not easy necessarily to just go out and replace all of your furniture and get all the things in order to make your space look exactly like that. You know, like I also need it to be my space. It's not her house, it's my house. So I'm really happy with how I repurposed the things that I already had in here in a lot of ways but just change them up a little bit. And the wall color really just makes such a huge difference in the feel of the room. And I really like my little dark academia, light academia wall over here with my landscape paintings. And some of them are just kind of, they're so pretty. I got that big print off of Etsy and I had it printed out and I framed it. And then for the smaller landscapes, there's actually not a frame in most of them. I had them printed and I Mod Podged over the top of them with brush strokes so that it looked like they were actual paintings. And then I framed them without glass so that they look like they're canvas paintings. And I just think that that's kind of a cool effect. That was something that I saw on Pinterest and thought I would try. And then some of the stuff on the walls is antique. I went antiquing on my birthday this year. I got the really cool candle holder that's on the wall over here. And the tin over there, that's an antique. The tin with the beautiful painting of the farmhouse on it is an antique. And then the little, I'm not even sure what you would call it, this little display like thing on the wall with a beautiful piece in the middle of it of a couple in a carriage. That's actually a family heirloom, and that came down, I believe, from my great-grandmother. So it's kind of cool to have that on my walls. A lot of the other stuff is just things that I had around. And maybe move them from a different space, or, you know, it feels nice to have decluttered a lot of the little stuff. I liked that I was still able to make my crystals work in this space. I kind of cleared off the dresser over there. And I don't know, it's just like having like these beautiful crystals all gathered on that dresser with the dark walls and all of the wood feet. You know, I've got a lot of wood in the room and plants. Like it just makes it feel like this sort of juicy, lush, natural like environment. And I like that feel a lot. So I'm really glad with how it came out. The walls were not too hard to paint. That paint went on so super easy. I mean, it was thick and glorious, and I only had to do one coat and a couple touch-ups here and there, and it was good. I had to come back in and touch up some of the trim, because when you're painting with dark paint, obviously, like, it's real hard to get the trim perfect when you're just DIYing it, and you have some drippage issues here and there that you just gotta clean up. The thing that I'm gonna look at for the future is my headboard for the bed is gray. And I had, when I first redid my bedroom in 2019, I did have a grayish kind of a theme. And because I had got a gray, oh, hi, Winnie. I got a gray comforter and a gray headboard for my bed. And the gray does not go great with dark green. So I don't know, I love my headboard. I was so excited to get this headboard, and headboards are not necessarily cheap, but I might look at replacing the headboard with something that goes better with the room now that it's in this different style and color scheme. Anyway, we're happy in here. I feel really relaxed and at ease, and the space just delights me when I'm sitting in here reading at night, or I've been filming in here a lot. If you watched my previous video about my YouTube story, you will have seen me film in here. It's got, it's just sort of, I really like the dark feel of it. It's super cool. But anyway, I know this is a long video, so that was it. Thanks for coming along on this journey. Glad that we're here, glad that we made it. It's October, it's the end of October. I started this project in the beginning of August, but we did it, and it took me a really long time to get this video out, so I'm sorry that my content has been delayed, but it's because I was trying to finish this room before I made the video so that I could have this exact clip in the video. So here it is. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I don't know what my next project is going to be, so stay tuned while we try and figure that out. Goodbye from Winnie and I. We love you. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye!